Ridley said. No, they weren't. Piers rubbed his face with both hands. No use dwelling on it now. The only thing to be done was move forward, face up to his errors and correct them if possible, minimize the damage if not. At some point during last night's debacle, his alternatives had become plain. He could disclaim involvement and flee the murder scene, abandoning his assignment and throwing an innocent young woman to the dragons. Or he could do his duty, in more ways than one. Naturally, you'll do the honourable thing, Ridley said. You always do. Piers gave him an ironic look. They both knew honour was elusive in this line of work. Oh, they chased after that shiny feeling of patriotic heroism. It was the reason they'd taken the job, after all. But they never seemed to quite grasp it. Meanwhile, shame and guilt nipped at their heels. The best course, he'd learned, was not to examine it too closely. These days he avoided looking inside himself at all. What little honour remained to him was muddled with deception and darkness. This matter with Miss Highwood would be no different, and more was the pity for her sake. She deserved better than what he meant to do today. He tapped the folder on the table. It contained information on every resident, guest, and servant in Parkhurst Manor, including Charlotte Highwood. You've read this. Sum it up for me. Ridley shrugged. Could be worse. She comes from gentry. Several generations of country squires. An estate with modest but steady income. Her father died, having sired 3 daughters but no sons. His estate passed to a cousin, and the ladies were left with middling dowries. Charlotte is the youngest. The eldest, Diana, suffered asthma in her youth, so the family moved to the seaside for her health. Here's where it gets interesting. Piers drained his coffee to the bitter dregs. Oh? They went to Spindle Cove. Spindle Cove? Why does that sound familiar? Before her marriage, Lady Christian Piers spent some time there as well. Violet. You're right. That is interesting. As Piers recalled, the couple were now stationed in the south of France. Quite the little village, Spindle Cove, established by the daughter of Sir Lewis Finch as a haven for unconventional women. The young ladies follow a strict schedule. Mondays, country walks. Tuesdays, sea bathing. Wednesdays, in the garden. Thursdays... Really, I don't require every detail, Piers said, impatient. Let's return to the Highwoods. Has she any connections? Good news, bad news there. The bad first, please. The eldest sister married the local blacksmith. Piers shook his head. I can't believe her mother allowed that. She must not have had a choice. The good, the middle sister eloped with a viscount. Yes, Charlotte mentioned that. Which viscount again? There was a knock at the door. When Ridley opened it, the butler stood in the corridor. He announced, The Viscount Payne to see you, my lord. Ridley closed the door, then grinned at Piers. That Viscount. Colin? Is it really you? Now there's my favourite little sister. Charlotte dashed across the sitting room and flung her arms around her brother-in-law, hugging him tight. How on earth did you arrive so quickly? Your mother sent an express, and I have a well-established talent for making speedy trips northward. I'm so glad you're here. Colin would put this right. Or more accurately, he would make it all a shambles, chuckle in a disarming way, put any scandal to rest, and then they could all sit down for luncheon. Luncheon sounded lovely. She hadn't been able to eat anything that morning, and she was growing so hungry. Please tell me you're not considering anything stupid like duelling, she said. You know I'm a better shot than you are. Minerva would never forgive me. We're not going to duel. There isn't any need. She sighed with relief. Oh, good. Granville means to propose this morning, and I've agreed to allow it. Propose? But that's absurd. The two of us, we were only talking. Alone, he pointed out. Yes, but it was only when the others came in that we hid. In the window seat. He looked at her meaningfully. Where you overheard a passionate tryst. Charlotte sighed with frustration. We didn't do anything. Colin's eyebrows.